Hey, how's it going? My name is Luis and I welcome you to my WordPress Complete course. This course is targeted towards beginners. We're going to start from scratch, setting up a WordPress. We'll talk about all the basic concept in WordPress. So what is WordPress? WordPress is a content management system, but you can create any kind of websites with that as well. Portfolio, business, e-commerce. WordPress community is huge. There are about, I would say, 50% of websites online basically running on WordPress. So the community is huge. There's a lot of plugins and themes which helps you to build websites very, very quickly. Now, while you want to learn WordPress, you might want to build your own business website, or you're trying to get into WordPress freelancing. There's a lot of work available online related to WordPress. As I said, 50% of websites running on WordPress in the world. Also, this course is targeted to the beginners. So I'm going to get you up and running in 2.5 hours, and you will be able to have a website which will look like this. This is what we're going to be building in this course. So we got this plain theme. We got a navigation bar with some nice animation, and then you have some nice animation for each section of the page. Like you got this bit here, and we have a portfolio section. As you can see, it's pretty nice about page. That's how it is looking right now. You got services page, a portfolio page that we're going to be building. Contact using contact.7. It's a pretty cool project. I'm really excited to have you on board. Let's get started. Okay, so let's get started by installing and setting up a WordPress development environment on a local system. So right now, there are many options that you can use to run WordPress. One of them is XAMPP. XAMPP is basically a most popular PHP development environment. Completely free. You can install for Windows, Linux, and Mac, and you will be able to install WordPress on it. But that takes a little bit of a learning curve to do, so we're gonna skip this option. Next option that we have is a Docker. Docker has the Docker image for WordPress. So if I take you to Docker Hub website, here you're gonna have to search for WordPress. So I'll just type WordPress, and you get to see this is the one. Okay, if you don't really need to know Docker to be able to follow along, because I'm gonna be just showing you a quick way to set up a WordPress in Docker by just having a one file, and you just gotta do a copy paste for that, and then that's it. And yeah, if you're running on Docker on Windows and Mac or Linux, it's the same process. Doesn't really matter. I'll be installing a Docker container of WordPress in Ubuntu operating system, and I'll be using Raspberry Pi. Basically, it's an ARM64 processor. So there's a little bit different between running a WordPress on a Mac and Windows using x86 processor versus this ARM-based processor. So right now we have Docker installed, so I'm just gonna open terminal, and you can see if I type docker space version, that's the version that I have currently installed. And you just gotta go to Docker website and download Docker and install it. It's pretty simple. You go to get started button, and once there, then you go download Docker desktop for Mac, Windows. So pretty simple. All right, so what we need to do here is we are going to go to terminal, and I'm actually going to use a Docker on my Linux operating system. So I'll do ssh ubuntu 192.168.1.113, and once I have a connection to that computer, I'll type sudo docker -- version, and I'll see there's a Docker running in this operating system. Let's go and run Docker within this operating system. So what I'm gonna do here, let's do ls. I'm going to create mkdir for WordPress. Let's get inside WordPress. And now here I will need to create one file. Using terminal, I can use a nano command, and the file name would be docker compose.yml. Okay, once you have this file, then here I'm going to copy and paste some text here. All right, so let me explain to you this task. So we have a version for Docker Compose, and we're running two services, DB and WordPress. First, DB service is going to use this image. Now, the reason why I'm using MySQL image for Raspberry Pi, which has to be compatible for ARM64 architecture for a processor, that's why I need to use that. Let me give you a quick guide what I'm talking about. So here is a MySQL, right? Here's let me just mark this. Let's go back. When you search for MySQL, you can see this is compatible with Linux, x86-64 processor, and containers. But I'm using ARM64 processor, that's why it would not work. So what I need to do is I need to use something that is compatible with ARM64. And if you look at this image here, it says it is compatible with ARM64. So this is why I'm using this. Otherwise, you should be good with this MySQL original image. Just use that one, shouldn't be a problem. So once you have that, there's a volume, restart always, some environment variables, which basically is going to give us, some options to define passwords and usernames for MySQL and for WordPress as well. If you want to change the default user, which is admin in this case, you can change this admin to whatever you'd like. But this text that you need, and you can find this text in the description of the video. So that's about it. I'm going to write this text into file by pressing Ctrl O and then enter, and Ctrl X to get out from this file. Now this file has that Docker script, so I'll just do a cat. And I see, yep, that's there. So all I need is one command now. So I'll use sudo docker compose up-d. This is a utility, comes with a Docker. Up is a command which basically going to look in a current directory for this docker compose.yml file. It's like a YAML file. And -d, what it tells to Docker, that run it in a detached mode, which means you don't have to come and restart it all the time and have a session, keep the session on to be able to keep it running. That's more technical about the WordPress stuff, so don't worry about it. Just use these commands and that's about it. Now if I press enter, return on the Mac, you'll see it says creating WordPress _db_1. That's done. And then it has created a WordPress _1 as well. So at this stage, we should have 8000 port pointing to WordPress for this server. So this is a command here. If I use ifconfig, that will tell me the IPv4 for this system. For you, it's going to be localhost. If you're running on a Mac OS or Windows directly, it's going to be just your local host. But for me, because I'm running in an external operating system, running on a Raspberry Pi, I need to find that if, yep, there you go. So this is what I need. 192.168.1.113, and that's what I use to SSH in, to remember. Now let's go to Chrome browser, and I'm gonna open up a new tab, and here I'm gonna type 192.168.1.3 8000 port. Press enter, give it a few seconds, and there we go. So we have a new website created right now, and it's being served from this operating system, which is like a Raspberry Pi there. Now this is a WordPress website. You can click on, it's like full functioning website. Now WordPress is installed, it is set up, it is running. Now how do we get to the dashboard? So what you need to do is, so if I just take it here, it says 192.168.1.113 8000. So what you need to type here is /wp admin. Press enter. And now here you need to type the username and password. If I take your terminal, and up there we define a username as admin and password as admin as well. Let's go back, and I'm gonna type admin and admin as a password. I'll just click on login, and we should be inside our WordPress website dashboard. There, and open website in a new tab, and I'll just full screen it. Two tabs now, one with WordPress dashboard, and I can switch between dashboard and the website very, very easily. Next thing we're going to learn in WordPress is going to be WordPress dashboard. On the top right here, you can say that you have howdy admin. That's a username for our WordPress user. Then we have some screen options. You got some help, which will take you to the documentation. On the top here, if you have any kind of notification, any warnings or any problems from a plugin, you're going to see this area. Right now, the WordPress says WordPress 5.5.3 is available. Please update now. So we have the older version of WordPress right now, but we can update it by clicking on this please update now. But let's not worry about that for now. This area is your dashboard. You can add more widgets. You can add more information depending on the plugins and themes that you're using. Right now, we got this welcome widget, and then you have site health status widget. Then you got at a glance widget. You got a quick draft. So we can add more and more widgets when we install plugins. So on the left, you have this Oasis, which basically a name of the website. You have a WordPress logo there. These are the comments, new button, which basically allows you to create posts, pages, new content. We have a sidebar, which has some menus. So these are the default menus that you get when you install fresh, WordPress, no plugins or any extension added yet. So we got post. Now WordPress allows to create posts. You got a media section, pages, comments. You have appearance where you can customize your website, a plugin section, users, which you can add multiple users to your website. For example, there are like 5 people working on your website. You can add them here and even assign them some roles as well. You got some tools. Tools are really important, and it allows you to export WordPress data and import back to different server. Some settings here, and then you can also have this collapsible menu. This will just make this menu like this. Okay, this was a brief introduction to WordPress dashboard. Now let's talk about some of the settings that are available here. I'm going to click on settings and then go to general. In general settings, we have a site title. So let me take you to the website. And you can see this Oasis Mirza, that's the site title and the tagline. Let's go back to the dashboard, and we can see we can modify those 2 lines by changing text here. You have a WordPress address URL that you can change, site URL that you can change. You have a WordPress admin email. So let's just say you forgot your password. Well, you want to retry that, then you can, retrieve it by sending an email to this email. We have some membership options, like anyone can register. We're creating a blog, but mostly websites, when they have some sort of like a login registration system, you can do that with the WordPress as well. And here's an option that is useful if you want just anybody to sign up, like Facebook does. You have a new default role for any new registration, which is a subscriber. Site language is set to English United States, time zones there. You got date format, and also you have time format and week start. So pretty basic settings. You have some settings for writing and reading and some discussion settings. You got a media, you got permalinks, privacy settings. So all of these settings are pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go through these settings when we need to talk about them. But for now, you can just check them out and you can see what is basically mentioned in the settings. One thing I would like to mention here, there's the writing settings that you can use the default post category in default post format, which is quite useful when you want to really customize the default behavior of the website. But anyway, let's not worry about it for now, but we will come back to it when we talk about some of the settings that are really important here. So yeah, that's your settings. Next, we talk about WordPress theme. I'm going to click on appearance and let's go to themes. Okay, that's the default option. But once you click on appearance, you get to see customize, you get to see widgets, menu, background, and theme editor. What we want to focus on in this part of this course is themes. Now, when you set up WordPress, by default, you get these 3 themes at the time of this recording. So you get 2020 theme, 2019 theme, 2017. WordPress allows us to install third-party themes as well. Basically, themes are built by millions of people out there and millions of sites that allows you to buy themes as well. There are paid themes, there are free themes. So WordPress community has created so many themes that you can basically choose from. But by default, these are like default themes, and these themes are pretty much tested by WordPress community, so they don't have any issues like performance issues, and they're very minimal. They don't give you much of the options when you know install one of these themes, but you can customize it. Now, before we move forward with themes, I would like to point out this option, Theme Editor. So if I click on that, that gives me this page, which allows me to modify the code of that particular theme. So you here on the sidebar for the themes, you have theme files, which you can click on that, and this is your theme header file. And if you know a bit of coding, mostly PHP, HTML, CSS, and some JavaScript, you can actually build your own custom themes. And I wouldn't recommend that because people have done a lot of work already, and you don't have to worry about building your own theme unless you're a developer and you want to do it. But here's a basically underlying code that you can access and modify it the way you want it basically. So if I go back to themes, I'm going to click on theme details. So here, if I read about this passage, it says our default theme for 2020 is designed to take full advantage of a flexibility in block editor, organization, and businesses have ability to create dynamic landing page with endless layout using the group and column. Well, let's not continue reading this. It's probably a waste of time. But this theme is pretty nice. It has top header, menu bar. You got this nice, first section of your page, or you can write text or carousel, whatever you want to do here. You got a second section, and you got a blog section. So let's go and visit this theme. Well, all we need to do is visit our website. Right now, here is a theme, and that's the home page for our website using that 2020 theme. Let's go back to the page, and here I'm going to activate 2019 theme. So all I have to do is just click on activate, and you'll see 2019 has been activated. Now if I go to the page, nothing changes. What I'll have to do is refresh this page. So I'll press Command R on a Mac or F5 on Windows. I'm not sure on Linux, but you gotta refresh this page. Now you can see the website looking different now. It's using a different theme now, completely different theme actually. You have a header, but you don't see any menu bar now. You got the hello world, some text. It's like a post in WordPress. You got recent posts here, archives, and recent comments. Let's go back to our dashboard, and I would like to show you 2017 theme. So the way you activate theme, just by clicking on activate button here, this one. That's not available. When I zoom in, that's fine. So yeah, here we have a 2017. Now we go to the website, and I'm going to refresh the page. And you'll notice the WordPress site has changed again. We got a header, tagline, and here's a categorized blog post. Right, we have a search and more things. So what I recommend from these themes, well, no themes, because these are pretty basic themes. Unless you're a developer and you want to customize it with the page builder, then you can go with one of these themes. But I would highly recommend go check out some of the themes online. I'll drop some links for the themes in the description of this video as well. Check them out. And what we're going to be using is, let's not talk about that for now. So first of all, let's go and take a look at a customize section of this theme. If I click on customize, you can click here, or you can click here. I think zooming in must be nice. All right, this button. So let me go and click. Once I click on that, this should take me to customize section. Alright, so we are in a customize section of 2017 theme. It took a bit of time to get here, but you can see this is where we can customize our website. And the good part about this is you can customize it and you can see the changes right next to it. I'm going to click on this close button, Let's click on OK. And we would like to activate 2020 theme. Let's click on Customize, and that should take us to Customize section again. So there we go. Customize basically allows you to customize your website as the name suggests, right? Let's talk about what we have here. On the left, you have a customized sidebar. It tells you what is the active theme right now, site identity, colors, theme options, cover template, background image, menus, widgets, homepage setting, additional CSS. Well, if you think I should not be reading all of this, you can see it. That's fine. I won't do it. Well, anyways, now this section is because we have selected 2020 theme. This section will change depending on the theme that you have installed. This is very customizable. And when developer writes a theme for, for you maybe, or for, to sell, they can write as many options they want here and they can customize this. So for now, we're worrying about 2020 theme and we're trying to understand what's the purpose of this customize. So let's work with the default options that we get. So this is how our website looks like right now. We got a menu bar on the top, you got menu, search, a tagline, a title, and this is your header section, I would say. Not header, but the welcome section for your website. I don't know what you want to call it, but if you go down and you can see that's how our website is looking right now. Now you can't customize this stuff here except you get to see this bit. You see that like a pen icon next to about this site. That's where you can customize in Customizer. You have that same thing in Find Us as well. So you can't customize the page layout, but you can customize the website information and also some stuff which is allowed by developer. By looking at this 2020 theme, you can only customize the tagline here, a title, and some options in about this. Right, so let's change this voice wizard title to something else. I'm going to click on site identity. And once I click on it, I can see the site title. So I'll just say new site title. And the best part about this customizer, I changed this. I have not published it yet, but I can see the changes what I've done. I'll say technology and fun. Okay, that's my tagline. Now I can select the logo and also I can select the site icon as well. So what is a site icon? I'm going to zoom out from this and you will notice that this bit here, that is an icon on a browser. So this is where you have your site icon. To be able to change it, you click on select site icon, upload a media, and that will be changed. Here's some information that you have to read. It says the square image with at least 512 by 512 pixels. So that has to be, the minimum size for that. Okay, so this is how we change stuff into our website using Customizer. You can also select the logo. I'm going to click on that. Right now, media library is empty, so that's fine. I'm going to click on select photo, and this is going to be my blog. So what I'll do is go to iCloud, and I should have my picture here, and I can just upload that one, and then I can click on edit image, and it allows me to crop the image. It gives you some basic, photo editing. Here I can click on crop, edit it, and that's about it. I'm going to just click on this and we'll crop it. Click on save, and now let's just update. And then we will go to, again, Customizer. Go to site identity, click select logo, and here I can select this logo. Now, while we are looking at this, how to update logo, I'll show you a couple of things here because I don't want to come back and talk about this later. On the right, you have some information. You can add alternative text, which is if some reason this image is coming from a third-party server, something like S3 in Amazon. If that's somehow not retrievable, then the alternative text will appear. That's what you type here. Title, profile picture, a caption, a description that you can give. Now these caption and description are very, very useful, and also the alt text as well for search engines. So when you publish your website to the cloud, Google comes and read your website and it looks for these description, caption, and alt text. And when people search related to your website or something that you've already talked about, then this will come up in a search engine. So do not ignore caption, description, and alt image for your images. I'm going to click on select, and I'll just select this bit, crop image, and you should see a logo appear here. Well, that's not really a nice logo, but for now I couldn't find any image, so I just put it there. All right, so now let's go and open up our website. Going here, let's close this bit, go back. Actually, we opened the media file like in twice, so that's fine. I'll click on publish, and I would like to close this dashboard and go to the website. Okay, so now you can see the website is looking like this. We got a logo, we have just another WordPress site, which we didn't really want because I think forgot to update. So if I publish that here, new site title, technology and fun, now this should update. There you go. Okay, so we know how we can use site identity and change the site title and tagline. Anybody using computer can go through these options and understand what they do. What they might not understand, I'll talk about that in this course. But by just going and showing you some very simple things, it's going to be a waste of time. So we're not going to do that. We're going to be, finishing this WordPress course as soon as possible. So you have a color options that you can choose from. So if I just change the color, as you can see, the color is getting changed, right? So try this Customise out, and then you'll know what are the options that are available for your specific theme, because this changes depending on the theme. For example, if I click on show author bio, uncheck, and all the way down when you have like a blog post, it won't show the author bio. Simple as that. I'm gonna just check that. So you have a on archive page post below full text or summary, some of the options that we'll talk about and come back to it. Cover template, yep, that's fine. You can take a look at that, fixed background image, and very common stuff. Background image, you can select one of them, and I will actually maybe just take a screenshot of the whole page, and then I'm going to click on upload, and then I'll go to desktop, and here's an image. I will just upload that, and that's a very large image because I'm on a 4K monitor, and I can just click on this image and then choose image and publish. That would be our background image now. It's very bad actually. There you go. So you got a background image there. And then once you select the background image, you get to choose some options like position, top, left, center. You can do a lot of things. Very simple stuff. If you have a mobile smartphone, you use photo editing app, then you're good to go with this as well. I'm gonna just publish. And then next thing, what we want to talk about is how do you install a new theme. So here we can see we've got themes, but I can click on this add new button, this one. Let's click on that. And then here you get to see thousands and thousands of themes. You can search for themes, you can click on popular, you have a latest, favorite, you can also filter themes by different tags, and you can see you have installed like 2017, 2020, and then 2019 is installed as well. Now you can see there's a lot of themes that are ready to go. Like you can just click on that, click on install, and then those will be installed, and you can just activate them. Now bear in mind, these themes might have some free versions and paid version. Free versions might give you some little basic stuff, but paid version will give you full potential of the website. So as you can see, thousands of websites are built using WordPress, and all of these themes are like really unique. I don't see any any theme that I think it's very similar. So what theme we're going to be using for this course? Well, it's not about theme. It's about understanding how to learn more about WordPress. Once you install a theme, it might have some different options. It might have some different option that will give you some information on their documentation website, or maybe just try out and then you will know. So if I click on a popular, this theme's coming on the top, popular FX. So what I will do is we'll first click on this preview button, and that will open up this page which shows me how it's going to look like. Now you can see not looking really great, not much here. So why it's showing this image? Well, mostly the image and the thumbnail will basically tell you how you can build this, how you can customize this, the level that you can customize and come up with something really cool. But usually the themes are like really bare bone as well when you see them here in a WordPress. So if I click on a preview, this one, that's again very simple theme, right? So let's try installing this FX. I'm going to click on install, and it says installing. Once you have that theme installed, I should be able to go to just theme section, and I should be able to see this here. So that's a theme that we just installed. Okay. Now remember, right now we have this sidebar in a customizer. I just opened that in a new separate tab, so we have that snapshot. If I go back to my dashboard and click on activate for FX theme, now once I activate it, and then if I go to new tab, you will see the difference. Okay, so here you can see you have a footer and header options. Now you have some typography options, you have sidebar options compared to just the default theme gives you this. So as you can see now, the difference between, and even if I go ahead and show you every single option, it's not going to help you. You're going to have to be able to read what this thing is telling you to do. And then once you have that, try it out and understand what you can do with it. So right now, the theme looks like this. Okay, this is a very simple, just a base theme. So if I go to, I'm just going to close these two tabs. And now, once you activated that theme, it actually asks you to do some stuff. It's like a notification on the top here. You can see this bit, this one. Okay. So it says thanks for choosing Popular FX. We recommend you Popular Theme Guide video. Well, there's a video, you can watch it. Well, that's good news because some themes will have some lot of complicated stuff. So did you know FX comes with 500 plus templates to design your website, and you can see the button here. That's like buy Popular FX. So the free theme does not really give you anything. So we're not gonna use this or buy this theme for this tutorial. But what I'm gonna do is go to 2020 theme and click on activate. Once I activate that, then I'll click on theme details, and there is a button to delete that theme. Remember, this will be downloaded from the internet and then stored in your server. So you don't want to have the themes that you're not going to use lying around for no reason. So click on delete, click on OK, and that theme is gone. We're going to delete 2017 as well, and also 2019. So we should have only one theme. We have a very clean, clean server. And we are going to install a new theme. Throughout this project, I am going to be using this theme. So we'll go here. That's the theme plain. It's very nice, dark white, and not dark white actually, the white background and black text. So as you can see, it's got nice animation, a very plain theme. And design wise, it's pretty nice as well, and it's got a demo content as well. So if I need some sort of like a widget like this, I can do that. So we got latest blog widgets as well, and it's pretty nice. So if you want to check this out, this theme, I drop a link to the description of this video, and that's a affiliate link, so that will help this channel as well. So I would highly recommend, if you get something out of this video, please check out that link, click on that, and then get this theme. So from that link, you're not only gonna get this theme, but there's a million other themes that you can choose from. So the website that I'm affiliated with is called Template Monster. So I can just search for it actually. So Template Monster. So that's the website that I'm using to get that theme. So the affiliate link is in the description of this video. So check that out. Alright, so that's the theme that I've already downloaded, and I'm going to install that. So we'll go click on Add New, and we're going to click on this Upload Theme. Click on that, choose File, and I'm going to select this plain.zip file. Click on Install Now. So we got that error. So uploaded file exceeds the upload max size directive in php.ini file. Okay, so we got that error. Now this is a very common error. You're gonna have to go to your server and access that file. To fix this problem, I'm going to go to terminal, and here I've already SSH'd into Raspberry Pi, but you won't have to SSH because you might be running Docker locally. So there's a command docker ps, and that tells me what are the containers that I'm running. So WordPress latest, this is the container that I would like to access. I would like to access its file system. So what I'll do is sudo docker exec-it, and then the container number, which is this one. Let's copy and paste that, and do bin bash. And now I have access to this container file system. I'm going to create a new file onto this path. Now, if you are accessing your files the first time, you won't have any text editor. So what you'll have to do is apt.get update to this command. Once you get the update, then do apt.get install nano. Nano is a text editor that will help us to write text to the file. So that's basically installed now. Now let's create a new file. So I'll use a command touch. Okay. Actually, let's get into the folder first. So we'll do cd now user local etc php, and you want to go to conf.d. So this is the path pwd, and this is the part that you want to get inside. Okay, so in this one you can see there's a lot of configuration file. Now when you get the error, you will prompt for php.ini doesn't exist. Well, if you are running your WordPress not on Docker and running on XAMPP or MAMP, you might have that file created for you, and you might want to fix this problem in that file. But in Docker, what you'll have to do is create a new file. So I'm going to use a touch, and I'm going to use uploads.ini file. Okay, let's create this file, and I'm going to use nano upload.ini file, and in this file I would like to paste some text. So let me just copy and paste text here. So it says file uploads on, memory limit, so this is 500 megabytes, which is more than enough, and we got upload file size. So I'm actually going to make this one 1000. Let's do this and make this one as well 1000. Post max size, let's just make it 1 gigabyte so we don't have any issues. This one, I'm gonna make it 1000 as well. Alright, so this is what you need. I will put this into the description of the video so you don't have to type it. So I'm gonna just press Ctrl O to save the file. Let's exit it. Now next thing we want to do is exit, and I would like to use this command, but instead of bin bash, I would like to modify this with restart keyword. So I'm saying sudo docker restart this container. So I'm going to restart this container because we added some configuration file. Let's press enter or return on the Mac, and the container has been restarted. Now if I go to the browser, I will refresh the page, and then I'll click on upload theme, choose file, let's click on plain, let's click on install now, and you will notice that it is actually uploading now, and the theme has been uploaded. So that's really good, because we don't have a problem anymore because we created that upload.ini file. Alright, so now let's go to themes again. And here you can see we got plain theme. It's not activated yet, but we can activate that by clicking on this activate button. I'm going to click on activate. Now once I activate, it says the theme requires following plugins: Lana Architects, Lana Image Gallery. So what we can do here is we can just click on begin install plugin. So let's click on begin install plugin, and I would like to just pretty much install everything. So we got this Lana Architects, Lana Image Gallery, Regenerate Thumbnails. So there's like Lana's created plugins, and also we have this content form 7, that what we needed. We got Elementor, which is a page builder. One-click demo import, that's another, because we need to import some demo content. And then plain Elementor. So let's click on apply. Let's click on select all. Click on this bulk, click on install, and then click on apply. Once you do that, it is going to start downloading those plugins and install into our WordPress. As you can see, it says installing. So let's just wait for this to complete the installation process, and then we will see how our website is looking. Right now, I'm going to refresh this page. Okay, same, hasn't been updated yet. It's got some sort of like, home, but it's not really nice yet. It's pretty simple at the moment. So let's await this to finish. Okay, so everything is installed. Let's go to return to required plugin installer. And these ones are not installed yet, so I'm just gonna select them and then install. Actually, they are installed, but they are not activated yet. So if you take a look at this option here, that's what it says: activate, 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 activate. So what we want to do is we want to, first of all, activate this one-click demo import. And if you look at the plugin section now, it says these are all the plugins are installed. Okay, and these ones are not active. So what we need to do now is we are going to use this one-click demo import to actually import the content. Before we do that, we are going to activate plain Elementor. We are going to activate this Elementor and content form 7 as well. So let's click on this button, begin activated plugin. So click on that, select all, activate, apply. And now everything is activated, required by plain theme. So let's go to Customize, and you can see here in the customizer, oops, I have to go to Customize. There you go. So now when you see the customizer, it has different options. So things have changed now to our website. We will have a separate section for Elementor, contact form 7, and other plugins that were installed. But we need to cover the basics of WordPress first. Before we do that, we will just gonna quickly touch base on something called demo import content, which we installed. So I'm going to install some demo content. So here we have import demo data. So let's click on import demo data. And now here we have 4 options. The first option is plain light color, plain dark. So what I'll do is use this simple one, import. And I'm going to just say yes, import. It will take few minutes or seconds depending on your internet connection. And then you'll get all the data that you are seeing on the actual live demo for plain website. And you're gonna get that. Now, because we have that plain demo data, we can modify that the way we like. But building something from scratch using Elementor can be a bit, overwhelming. So it's best to import demo data and then start from there. Now, the reason why I imported this demo data is because I wanted to have some data to work with. And me going and then installing these, writing this content manually will take like a lot of time. So instead of doing that, I'll just import the data. So it says importing, please wait. So let's wait for this to finish. Okay, so demo data has been imported. Now it's time for us to take a look at our website. So there we go. This is how our website's looking right now. So we got a plain theme. We got a menu bar on the top. So if I hover over, you can see there is a nice animation as well. It looks nicer. And we got all these pages as well. So we got welcome to our company. It's just a demo data that we just imported. If I go down, just want to go over the website so you see what design that we have. So it's pretty plain black and white, nice looking design. There are some images as well. So we have design, development, mobile. So obviously we are going to work on Elementor page builder down the road to see how we can design these pages. But look at what we have so far. So this is like a template for us now. We got the latest blog section as well. So if I go down, we got a nice footer. We got some, we can write some text here, address, quick links, and social links as well. And also I'll show you how you can change this bit as well. So here it says copyright at to 2020 plain, but we're going to change this to the domain name that we are going to be using with this. So let's take a look at some other pages as well. So if I go to about page, and this is how it's looking. So we got about team, about the company, we got some, story section, and then here, what is the, roadmap of success for a company? Some of the pictures for, people working. It's obviously it's a demo data. So yeah, let's go services. We have some services section, as you can see how it's been designed as well. So looking very nice. We got a portfolio, and this is where I'm going to design my portfolio, and I'm going to put all my projects that I've done in the past. So this is actually going to be deployed as my blog. I can't say it's going to be a plain theme, but I would decide whether I want to stick with this theme or not. But we're going to be using this for learning WordPress. So here are all the pages, guys. Now let's go to dashboard. Now in the dashboard, you'll notice that we have an Elementor section, a template section. So we got more menu buttons now. Now let's take a look at what is the data that we imported. In WordPress, we have pages, we got posts, we got media, and you can have some custom pages as well. Let's take a look at the old pages. When we used demo data, these were the pages were imported. So we can see contact Elementor page. This is the home page built with Elementor, the front page, portfolio page, pricing page. So anything that you see with Elementor, that's basically built with our page builder, which is Elementor, and also it was imported. So previously the theme that we had didn't have these pages. So we got a contact-vc and contact.elementor as well. Next, let's talk about plugins in WordPress. Now, WordPress itself is an application, but sometimes there is a custom functionality required to be implemented. And WordPress allows that through plugins. People write custom plugins for their need, and there are millions of plugins already built for you. So you can choose from already built plugin, or you can build your own one. So this video is not about how to develop the plugin, but how to use that, install it, where to find where the plugins are. So yeah, if you take a look at this sidebar, you will have this menu plugins. I'm going to click on this. And once I click on that, it will show me all the plugins which are installed. I said installed, not activated. Some of the plugins, just like this one, Hello Dolly. Now this plugin is installed, but it is not activated, so it has no impact on our website yet. Now there are other plugins that we had to install because it was recommended by the theme that we were using, which is plain. And in this case, you'd like to look at this plain Elementor. So what you need to do here is to make sure you don't install any plugin which might be capturing some information for your website, from your website. And plugins are basically some sort of code which has access to your website. So you're going to be very careful when choosing a plugin, and you got to make sure security wise they are secure. And some of the plugins are really popular and you can trust them. And also the plugins basically can be, verified if they have any, security issues. So here, if you're take a look at this Hello Dolly, you want to find out if this plugin should be installed or not. Now let's find out what this plugin actually does. So it says here, this is not just a plugin, it symbolizes the hope and antithesis of an entire generation summed up in 2 words, snug most famously by Lewis. Hello Dolly, when activated you will randomly see a lyrics from Hello Dolly in the upper right of your admin screen on every page. Well, that's not something I need. So why not just delete this plugin? I'm going to just click on this delete button here, and that will basically delete this plugin. So let's just delete, and it will give you a prompt here, which you can click on cancel, or you can click on OK to actually delete the plugin. I'm going to click on OK, and it will be gone from our website. Apart from this, you are going to go to add a new button, this one. And once you click on this one, you can actually search for plugins right in WordPress. Now, some of the plugins that are really popular, you can tell by looking at how many active installs they have. For example, this classic editor have 5+ million active install. Well, this will assure you that this is no spam, or this is no scam, I would say, and it's not going to cause any issues in your website. For example, performance issues, or maybe you have some security issues. Maybe you install a plugin which will steal your credit card details, right? So you gotta be very careful when installing plugins, and the way you do that by looking at how many active installs there, what are the reviews about that plugin, and who's using that plugin. So right now these are the recommended plugins by WordPress, and you can see who created those plugins as well. So it says by Automatic. Here we have a WordPress contributors by Automatic, and then WordPress.org community. So yeah, this is pretty cool. One plugin that I would like to install is Health Check and Troubleshooting. Well, this basically identifies the common problems and helps you troubleshoot plugins and theme conflicts. So I'm going to use this one. This is like I would recommend to install, and it will bring a lot of helpful stuff into your website. I'm going to click on Activate. So one thing, you install the plugin and then you have to activate that as well. And that will take you back to this page, plugins page. So I'm going to click on Add New. And let's click on Popular Plugins, this button right here. Click on that. And now you can see the plugins that we can install are listed here. So one plugin, Real Simple SSL. That's very important, because once you deploy application, you need to make sure that this is secure. So usually the way you find out if the website is secure or not, you will see this lock icon here. It says not secure at the moment because it's running on localhost, so it's not really secure. But let's just say if I go to a website, for example, I'll go to outlook.com. All right, once you go there, you will notice that there is the lock icon here, which basically tells this is, secure website, and it is enabled with SSL, so it has a secure connection, so you don't have any, worry about, your data being stolen from this website. So something like that you have to do for your website as well, and this plugin will help you do that. I'm going to install this plugin, Real Simple SSL. And then also Yoast SEO. This is another very famous plugin for SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So for example, you build your website, you deploy it to public, but you don't know if people know about your site or not. So the way people find out your website is by Googling it or searching about it. This will help you to improve your SEO for your website, for your blogs, for your pages. It will prompt you, it will basically create a sitemap for you as well, which will be submitted to Google. So yeah, this is like the most recommended plugin that you should be installing as well. Another very popular plugin is WooCommerce, which brings the open source e-commerce solution for you. So this is like if you're selling something on your website, this is a plugin that you want to install. Well, I'm not going to install that for now, but we'll do that once we have a video where I'll show you how to use e-commerce, how to build e-commerce store using WordPress. Now, if you look at this recommended section, so these are some of the plugins that you will see from WordPress. So you can trust these plugins. All the top plugins will have at least million plus active installation, and you will know that these are like valid plugins. There's no scam going on in those plugins. Okay, so the way you install it, install now button, and then activate it. That's about it. And some plugins will get you a separate menu here, so you can click on that and use that plugin. So yeah, that's how you install plugins. I've shown you what are the plugins and why they want to do, what do we want to install those. Throughout this course, I will install a few more plugins to help you to build and secure your websites down the road. Take a look at the customizer on plain theme. So I'm going to click on appearance, click on customize, and you get to see here. Now you can see that it is basically saying plain, which means this has been modified by the theme that we installed. So what we can modify here. So first of all, I'm going to change the new site title to, let's just say, my name. This is going to be that title for the site, and then I'm going to change that to learn to code, and I will publish that. And you will notice on our website, if I now refresh this page, you'll see the name Awais Mirza, and the tagline would be learn to code. Now here's the logo for that. So right now the logo is plain. I'm going to actually change that logo later. So this is the picture that I have, but I don't want to put my picture there. So we'll change that later. But here you can click on this, edit button, which will help you to change that as well. And also you can use the favicon as well. So I'm actually going to put my picture onto the favicon. Let's click on select and crop the image. And in few seconds, you'll notice that we have an image. So I'm going to click on publish, go to website, refresh, and now if I zoom into this bit, you can see my picture right there. So let's go back and you can see the favicon. So I'm just going to remove that for now. Let's publish. Let's go back, and in the page, you can see the search page here. Go back. Post types. You have post types, which we haven't talked about, so let's not worry about it for now. Just let's go over what are the things that we can change. So we got some color. So if we can select this dark, and you'll see the website changes to dark color. So if I change this dark dash color, that's like more darker, and I don't know what has changed. But anyway, so we'll keep that light. Let's go back, and we got some animation. So here we have some animation for fade in, fade out. So we're not going to worry about that for now. We go to menus, and this is where we can edit our menu. So right now you see the error menu that we have, a footer menu, header menus dash Elementor, we have a header menu dash VC. So what we have different types of menus here. So for example, if I want to go to header menu, here we have a home, about, services, contact, and news. I would like to actually remove this news. So I'm going to click on remove. Let's click on publish, and we'll see we don't see that menu there. Now if I click on this, for example, about, you will see it is coming from Elementor, which is a page builder. So we'll see what we can do with Elementor in a bit, but I'm going to also remove this menu there, pricing one as well. Okay, now if I want to go down, here we have a menu for footer. So for example, I'm going to go to footer menu, and here you can see the footer menu. I can organize this. For example, if I want to move this contact to above, and I'll publish that, and notice that this will change. So anything that you see with this pen icon, that can be modified using Customise. Different types of menus have been created here. We can assign these menus to pretty much the places that we have. So we got this main menu, which is this one on top. If you want to assign this one to it, you can do that by checking this, and you'll notice this menu will change. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to keep that as this header menu with Elementor. Let's go back, and we got some social links as well. So here we have social links like for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, right now, I actually don't really have this Facebook account, so I'll show you how you can even customize that as well. But if you want to just specify a URL for this, you can do that. Right now, there is no link which will take us to like any page, because this is empty here, and I can go to my YouTube channel and then find a link and then paste it here. And if I click on this YouTube, that will take me to the channel. So for now, let's go back. We got some widgets. So we got first footer widget, which is just plain text. This is the one. So if you click on this, you can change the text here. So I'm gonna do something like, I can just remove all this, actually select all and remove this. And I'm gonna say, welcome to plain, where you will learn how to build WordPress websites. I'm going to publish that, and you'll see the text is changed right here. Now also I can add more widgets. So we haven't talked about widgets, but for now let's take a look. So if I want to go and click on this add widget button, this one, so I'll click on that, and you'll see these are the widgets available for me to actually add to this particular area. So if I want to add some recent comment widget, so let's just say this one, you will see this widget will appear here just after this plain widget. And we can automatically see the recent comments on all my blogs, and that will appear here. I can delete that as well. So I don't want that widget. Let's take a look at what else we have. So we got this custom arbitrary HTML code that you can, paste here. And for example, if I do h1, I'll say hello, and you will see that hello will appear right now, because this is like plain HTML that I'm using. This is where it's like in a header. So if I change this to, let's say, h6, and I'm going to have to change that to h6 as well, then you'll see a smaller hello. So here you have like full on, what are the HTML that you want to type here. And that's one of the cool thing about this widget, because you can pretty much, do all kind of styling within this HTML. So yeah, let's delete that as well. Let's go back, and you got the second, third, fourth, and fifth footer. Fifth footer, I believe it's going to be this one, the social links. But for now, we don't have anything in the widget, because this is like just by default coming as like a separate widget. So for now, let's not worry about this. Here we go back, and let's take a look at footer. Footer, you can type some text here, and we'll see that will appear right below here. So I'm going to say erase at 2020. Okay, well, that's not really a nice, it's not really type the copyright, but for now that works. Let's go back, and we got some homepage settings. So this is important. Right now, whatever you see here, and I think we messed up the menu. So if let me just go and fix that. If I go to, let's just say, header menu, that's actually this one. I'm not sure why this is coming as like, a lot of menu here. That's not what I want. So maybe I want to basically refresh this. So once I refresh this, I want to make sure that, yep, we still got a problem. So if I click on this, that's the page. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this. So, these kind of problems occur when you are, just basically playing around with customizers. So I want to make sure that which one that I pressed yes, that's why it came up. But it doesn't seem to have like main menu. So if I go to this one, and I'll make sure that this is the menu set. Yep, we got it back. So basically there was no menu setup. That's why I took a default one, which I believe this one had a menu VC, which had all this. I don't know. Let's just not waste time. Here we got homepage. So there are two things. You can have a static homepage, or you can select this latest post homepage. Latest post homepage will basically bring the block on the homepage and will show you all the latest blogs that you've written. For example, November 6, 2020, hello world. This is like a default blog that come with when you install WordPress theme. And some of the posts that were like, brought in when we added the demo data. So you can do that. But ideally, you should not have this latest post as your homepage because you want to tell your audience what is it about this website, right? So here we can select for the homepage and post page, where this is like a blog page. You can design your post page as the way you like it using Elementor. We'll take a look at how we use the page builder to build a page, but let's not, go right now. But here we have a home page selected as home Elementor, which is this one. If I will select something like about page, and you'll notice when you go to the website, this will be like your home page, which is not great. So we go back and change this home-elementor, or you can go to home-vc. And this is the VC, right? Gibberish. So make sure you select home-elementor if you're using this theme, or whatever the page that you want to select. I'm going to click on publish. Let's go back. And here we have additional CSS. So right now it says add your own CSS code here to customize the appearance and layout of your website when using keyword navigation, and it gives you some keyword navigation hotkeys that you can choose. Now here's all the CSS that I can write here. Okay, this is an advanced topic. You want to have to basically know some coding if you want to do that. Ideally, you shouldn't be writing additional CSS here unless it's like a quick fix. Before we wrap up this customizer, I want to point out these three buttons here. So what they do basically for the see your website, how it's going to look like on a tablet or iPad. You can click on this bit. If you want to take a look at how this plain theme will look on mobile, you can click on this mobile phone as well. So let's try it out. So if you want to click on this, it will show me this tablet version of our website. This is how it's going to look like. So make sure you switch to these three views to make sure that your website is looking good. So this is how our menu is going to look like this. If I go to mobile, and it's even smaller, if I click on this three dot, this is how our menu is going to look like. And you have the website appearing like this. Very responsive theme, and I quite like it. We'll go back to the desktop version, and given that most of the time people visit website nowadays all through their mobile devices or iPads. So make sure you have your website looking good on the mobile devices as well. So after I'm going to click on publish, and this is the wrap of customizers section. Given that this is very simple because the plain theme does not bring any special stuff here, but if you install some advanced theme, which is like like a monstrite theme, that will have a lot more options here. So yeah, let's click on this cross button, which will take us back to the main dashboard area. Now we took a look at this customizer. Now let's talk about what type of media that you can post and what type of media that can be posted using WordPress. So I'm going to go to, let's just go back to customizer actually. Close this. I'm going to go back to dashboard. All right. And let's open up the website in a new tab. So here's a whiteboard. So what we have here is we got three types of media. We got pages, we got post, pages, post. Oh, why it's not actually, type more. Anyway, so I'll just do spacing like this. We got post, and we have media upload ability, so like pictures and videos that you can post to your website. So what is a page? Well, a page is like a static thing. So the homepage that we just seen, that's a page. A post is like your post, a blog post that you write an article and you make it look like, as a post, which will dynamically appear in a blog section. And also it will have an ability to get comments, and people can comment on your blog posts as well. And there are other features that comes with the post. So there's like mainly two categories: a page, which is a static page, and then you got posts, which you can, act as an article or blog post on your website. Now, given that, we have a page, about page, services page, portfolio, and contact page. So as you can see, these are all the pages. If I go to dashboard and I go to appearance, and I will go to customize, and I'm going to go to a menu, go to Elementor menu, and I'm going to click on add item, and here I've got this blog page plus, and let's publish. Now if I go to the website and I refresh the page, you'll see the blog. If I click on the blog, that'll take me to this blog page. Well, this is not exactly a blog page because it doesn't have a post. So the WordPress website has something called a news. Recently they changed it, so I'm going to click on this add item, and here I would like to go select the page which has actual blogs. So post page, this is the one, right? So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to rename this as blog. Yeah, that should be good. Blog. Okay. And let's bring it, let's just say after portfolio. Let's publish that. And if I click on this page and refresh, you can go to the blog now. And you can see you got this news page which has like a header about this website. We will customize this, but here the blog starts. Okay, we get comments. You can categorize posts as well. People can search on your blog. So yeah, a lot more you can do with some widgets as well. For now, let's say this is the blog page. Let's go back now and get out from my customizer, go to dashboard. I thought with creating pages, you can create page by hovering over your mouse cursor on pages and click on add new, or you can hover over your cursor on new and then click on page. I'm going to use this option. So let's click on that. And then this is where you see welcome to block editor. Click on next, make each block your own. Okay. Get to know block library. Nice. Learn how to use block editor. So, there's a guide that's telling me, hey, here's some help. You can go check it out. But you're already getting help from this video, so stick to the video. Okay, so here's our page. Now, I would like to create a page using Elementor. So if you are using a theme which does not have this Elementor, then that's fine. You can use this block editor to create a page. Now, for example, this is our website. We got services, we have about us page, and we got contact page. I want to create a page of, let's just say, a story for a company. So we do that by using this block editor. First of all, I'll just say our story. Okay, and I'm gonna just write some gibberish here. So let me just go and search for Lauren Epson, I don't know what is this, but I just want to get some, this some text here. So this is what I'm going to grab, copy, go back to the page, paste that there. That's good. So here we got the text, and now I'm going to click on this plus button. So this is where you can choose from some of the blocks. So you got a paragraph block, so you can add an image. You got heading, gallery, list. Click on the browse all, and you will see all the blocks available out of the box from WordPress, which is great, right? So first of all, let me just go and grab a video here. So I'll click here, and then I'm going to go to my channel. So I'll go to YouTube and then search for Ways Muso, and then here's my channel, and I'll just grab this bit. So I'll just copy link address, and then I'm going to go back and paste that here. All right, that's where I'm talking about my story. Click on embed, and you can see there is a video. Okay, now click on this plus button, click on browse all, and then here you can have a heading. I'll say my story in video, or you can just click on that and you get to see these options. You can click on this which says drag block, and you can drag block wherever you want. So click on this, and that you should be able to drag it here. Okay, so let's select this, and I'm not sure why it's not dragging, because I should be able to drag that. There you go. Okay, so basically you have to move a little bit left and then take it up there. So let's just get rid of this. So say my story in video. Now I'm going to click on this plus button. That gives me these blocks. You got some patterns that you can use. So you got 2 column patterns, 3 column patterns, a gallery, a larger header. So some of the samples that you can choose from. You got some reusable, which you already created, and that will just give you, a reusable block that you've created. But I'm going to go back to the block. Now let's go and find something that could help me to design 3-column layout. Okay, that looks good. So we have a column, we got a button, and I'm going to say, I'm going to just add a button. Okay, and here we have a button. So I'm going to say something like, click here to subscribe. I'll just click on that, and then I'm going to click on these 3 dots, which helps me to say edit as HTML, duplicate, copy, click on edit as HTML. So here you can see div class WP blah, and I can just use some CSS class, or right now it says WP block button link. That's good, but I can also add a style tag here. Okay, and I can add something like background color, and I can just say red. And if I just get rid of it, I'll say convert to HTML, or I could resolve it, and this is where you see the red color coming up. Okay, and it's saying, hey, this is not good enough, so you'll just cancel this. But you can add your custom CSS there as well. So convert to classic block. Actually, I'll just resolve it, and I'll just say convert to HTML, like this one. Copy, and that's it. I think I messed it up, but what I want to do is get out from it. All right. Yep, I'm out, but see, I messed it up. So what I'll do is just get rid of this block completely. Select this one, 3 dots, and I'll say attempt to recover. So that's what we have now. Okay, so now you can see you can use these blocks actually. I want to have a 3-column layout. So click on this, and then you have 3 columns. And within this, you can add a separate block now. So we can do something like button. So a new button, and then in the next column, I can have like a paragraph saying, I'll go back to lorem ipsum and just grab this text from here, go back, and then paste that there. Then we have another column here, which I can, add something like, file, not really, but what we need to do, I want to have some nice, given that I'm actually not really, just trying to design this page, but I'm trying to show you what's possible here. Let's add an image in the third column. So you have two options, actually three options. You can upload the media, okay? You can choose from your media library, and also you can insert from URL. So you can go to unsplash.com, which is here. This website will give you photos for free, and you can do pretty much anything with them. So you can just copy the link of those photos and then use them in your website. But now we'll just use the media library, and I'm just going to use this image and just say select, and that's it. And there you go, you got this image. Now this is not really fitting, so I'm actually going to make it smaller so it fits in properly in the third column. So if I select my first column, second column, and the third column here, okay, so what I want to do here is I want to make sure that I put that here. So right now this block is like, not really fitting in. So let me just move this one just below this. Okay, now it fits in properly, and I can just get rid of that as well. So there you go, you got an image there. I can make it bigger if I want to, or I can crop it. You have an insert link option, you have a change alignment option, you can click on this to drag it. So every block will give you some specific options which are related to that particular block. So I can just say snake as its caption text. Alright, so we know what are the blocks available by default from WordPress, and then also we got some patterns and some reusable blocks that will be available here if you install in plugin. Okay, so now let's take a look at what are the properties that we have available in this area of the dashboard. So this is where it's very important. Okay, so first of all, you have a document. We have status and visibility. So if a visibility is set to public, which means if you publish this page, that will be available on your website. And if you have a way to navigate to it or direct link, people will be able to visit this page. Pending reviews, publish immediately. If you want to schedule a time for this, you can select here and set the date and time, and this page will be published at that time. You have a pending preview, so it says save as pending, which means you're not going to publish that for now, but you will ask some other users to actually review this before they can publish it. We got some permalink. So here we have a URL slide. Now what does a URL slide mean? So if I go to website, you will see something like this. So you have a 192.168, this is like a URL, and you have this about / Elementor. Okay, that's like the URL after your domain name. So that's the slide. But that's the same thing you can change here as well. By default, it took that from a heading, so you can change that from a link as well. So you see there's a sample that it's showing you. It's going to be actually this is a URL that it will be used to visit this page directly, or a way to navigate to the page from your website. Now you have a featured image which is not set yet, but you can set the featured image. For example, I'm going to use this one, set as featured image, and you see when people try to navigate through the blog, you will see this featured image will be used as well. Let's just keep that for now. And we've got discussion. So on this page, if you want people to allow comments about this page, you can allow comments as well. But this is not really required for pages, because usually pages are built to serve the static content. We've got a page attributes there. So right now the page is like using a default template, and you can also have like an Elementor canvas. Elementor full width, page builder template. I'll just leave that default template, which is like a default WordPress template. Now you can also say, hey, this is going to be a parent page for specific like contact page. You can do that as well. I'm going to click on preview, and it will ask me which device I want to use to preview this page. So I can just say desktop is fine. So I'll click on desktop, and that will basically show me that preview in a new tab. So let's click on that, and there we go. This is how our page is looking right now. You got the 3 columns here. You have actually the YouTube video is not appearing for some reason, but that's fine. I'll just close this, and what I'll do, I'll just publish this page. It says publish. Alright, and now if I just click on this view page, that will open up in a new tab, and it will see our story, lorem ipsum text, and no YouTube video for some reason, because this video that I've selected, I might have disabled the embedment. So when people can, upload a video, they can actually allow people to use this and embed this to the website. Let me just find some video from my home, and I'll just copy, let's just say, this link, and we'll go back to the page, and here I would like to click on this pen button and then just change this video. So let's embed, and I'll just say update, and I hope this video is it has a it allows to embed. It looks like it's not. So anyways, you can see how you can embed videos, but a video basically should be allowed to embed to the third-party website. So this is the configuration when you upload the video to YouTube. Alright, so that's our page condition right now. And if you want to go to this customizer and change, for example, default template to Elementor full width and update, and now you'll see, if I refresh the page, you'll see this is how it's looking now. It is like a full width page now. See, the columns are like way bigger now. But because I'm not using Elementor, that's why I'm going to be using just the default template. All right, let's update. Now, how do you make a link to this page? Let's talk about that next. So we're going to go to dashboard, and I'm going to go to one of the pages. So I'll go to, let's just say, home page. And I would like to click on this get to know us, and which should take us to our story page. So what I'll do is go to, dashboard, and this is the home page, and we'll click on edit. I can edit with Elementor, which I have to actually, because this page is built using Elementor. We'll have a separate section about Elementor, but I'm just quickly going to click on edit Elementor. It says loading. Okay, so that's the page has been loaded. I'm going to click on this get us know, which will trigger the changes that are possible on the left side. And here we have a button link. So remember the link that we had for that page? So maybe I want to go to dashboard here, and we go to pages, and we created our story page, and I will just say quick edit, and I can't see that URL for now. So we'll do our story, and I'm gonna copy this link, go back to dashboard here, and then just paste that link here, and then click on update. All right, now if I go to the website, I'll go to homepage, and now if I click on this, if you notice, if I just hover over to this corner, you will see that the page was like pointing to that. So I'll click on that, and you'll notice it will take us to our story page. So you see how easy it is to, add a button which will take us to a specific area of your website. Now, Elementor is another topic that we have to talk about, how to do the page building with Elementor. If you know Photoshop or any software, you should be able to figure out how to use this. Okay, so now what we need to do is we get out from Elementor and say exit to dashboard. And we go to dashboard. Okay, so as you can see, we added that link to our website using Elementor. Now we understand how do we create pages. Let's go and create a new page with Elementor. So right now it is using the default WordPress page builder, but I'm going to click on edit with Elementor and it says loading. Now this is the page. So first of all, let's go to the page global setting. Now here you notice that it says mirror global widget, and with this feature you can save widgets as global and add to multiple areas. Now unfortunately this feature is paid, and there's a link to buy Elementor in the description of this video. If you're interested in buying the pro version, then I would highly recommend to check out that link, and that would help the channel as well. But for now, let's stick to elements. So if I go and show you this Elementor page, this is like the heading for that. If I go to here and I say exit to dashboard, and I would like to change this to, for example, our projects. Okay, so I'm gonna just do that. Oops. And I'll just say save as draft. And let's get rid of that as well. So title has to be added through the WordPress. So we'll say our projects. Okay, let's save as draft and then click on this to actually go back to Elementor. So here it says our projects. Right, similar. It's kind of similar concept. You had a WordPress default page builder where you have a certain blocks. Well, that's okay, but Elementor can give you a lot more options to make your apps or websites look nicer. So here we have our product. Now I want to find basically a widget which will help me to show my product. Now all of these are basic, which are free widgets, but here we have a pro widgets as well, which basically only be available if you have the pro version of Elementor. I don't, but you can see what are the widgets available here. You can check out the pro. So we just collapse this, and I'm gonna go to general. Here we have a basic gallery that I will be using for showing off my project. So I'll click on this and just drag and drop. And I've got this widget here. Now within this widget, I can select thumbnail for that, and I can see how many columns that I need. So I'll just say I want a 3-column, and I want to link to attached pages, which we can design a product page. But for now, we'll just say media files. We have a lightbox. We can select yes if you want to, and we just say order by default every time people visit. Now if I click on this, you'll see add no image selected. So I'll click on this plus button and I will select this image and says create a new gallery. Insert in a gallery. So you see one image appeared. Then I can add to gallery, and I can add something like this, add to gallery, and then I can add something like this, add to gallery, and that should be enough. Now you will notice that we have these images properly aligned when we have 3 columns selected. So we have 3 columns selected. So if I just click on edit, add to gallery, and if I add something like this image, add to gallery. Now if I say insert gallery, and you'll see this basically comes at the next line. So let's click here and you'll see the thumbnail, but I can just change this to, let's just say, a medium, and you'll see this is how our projects are looking now. So that's pretty cool. We have a lightbox that basically opens up the image, but I want to just say no, or actually say default. Let's go and save this. So I'll just go and save option that says save draft. And I want to have like just 3 projects for now. So I'll just go to that widget. And I will like to just change this to, let's just say, let's click here, edit, and let's just get rid of this one and say insert image. So we just have 3 of them. Now let's go and add another widget. So let's say select area. So you have like a structure design. Once you want to do that, so you have like a plain area, a column like this, a column like this, or a column like this. So what I'll do is I'll just have one big area, and I can click on this plus button, and this one is like text editor. So I can just drag and drop text editor here. Alright, so that's the lorem ipsum. So we'll go here to grab some lorem ipsum. So I'm just gonna grab this and then go back to our Elementor page, and I'm going to select all, delete, and paste this. And I will just say save dropped as well. So we got some text here. Now let's go and click on this plus button. Once you click on the plus button, you get another segment here. You can click on this to structure your widget. So for example, if I want to have like a image on the left and then text on the right, I can select this area and you'll see we got 2 blocks. So I'm going to click on this plus button and I'm going to drop an image in this area. And then next one, I would like to grab this one and add a text here. So let's go to lorem ipsum page. I'd like to grab this much text. Let's go back and let's paste the text there. And for the image, I've got one image, but I want to click on this edit. Actually, not edit, but I would like to select this block. And yep, that's good enough. And also, I would like to drop a button. So I'll click and then drop a button just below. And then here you see the button is coming on the left, but I want to just align that to the center by using these alignment options. Now, you notice that while I'm building this page, I'm learning myself as well. WordPress is pretty basic. If you know any word processing, you can read and you can see what it's going to do. So for example, here if I want to add an image now, I will click on this choose image button, and then let's just say I'll choose something like this image. Click on insert and you get to see the image appears. Okay, how hard is it? So you have all the basically widgets available for you to choose from, and all you need to know how you structure your page, and that is very simple as well. For example, if I have this here, I would like to modify this. I will click on 3 dots and I have like a content width. If I want to do something like this, the structure will same, but I can do a content width here as well. And if I want to let's just select this bit, select this, click on 3 dots, and you can see column gaps and height in a particular line and overflow, stretch selection. You can try out this bit. For example, stretch selection will just go like a full width. That will help you to have like a main image for your page. And if there is an HTML tag or div main, whatever you want to do, you can do that as well. And structure is pretty straightforward as well. You can modify the structure. I'm just going to go and turn this one off, and I'm going to select the full width for the content, not the boxed. Okay, and if I want to do like a margin, I can do that as well. So read about this option and you will know what they do for you. Now we have a layout option for all these widgets, but also we can style them. So if you click on style, you have a normal, you have a hover. When I just hover over, I would like to have some sort of a gradient like this and then this. I will hover over and I will just actually select this bit, style, not this one, but this area. Go to hover, and that's it. I'm going to just save this as a draft as well. So if I click on preview changes, that will open up the page. If I hover over on this area, well, right now it's not doing anything because we haven't properly assigned that bit. So we have the second color that we need to select, like a primary, and you can do location like that. Still not appearing. Okay, so what are we doing wrong here? Well, the reason why we're doing basically wrong here is because this is the wrong option that we choose. So we go insert media, and if I hover now, you see the image appearing. But because it shows a gradient, and here we have the color not selected, and now it come up. Okay, so you see it's basically learn as you go. You want to design, you will try first time design a nice page. Maybe you won't be able to do that, but second and third or fifth try, you will be able to design the nice page as well. So yeah, that's about it for this style area. You can check it out, what you want to do here. Pretty straightforward stuff, guys, so we don't want to spend time. In advanced section, you have some margins and padding and z-index, and if you have a custom CSS edit, you can do that as well. And a motion, like, for example, fading. Okay, so if I just do preview, and if I just, let's just say refresh the page, it's actually already here, that's why it's not fading in. But we can say, just select this motion effect, let's say fade in left, like that, and then animation delay would be like, let's just say 1 second after. Let's preview. I'm going to go to the page, refresh. Actually, it hasn't been saved yet, so we'll do like save draft. And now if I refresh and if I go back, you see the 1 second drop, and the hover over is working as well. So the way we design the page is pretty straightforward. Now we got other widgets as well. For example, it will add a structure for this. So we'll just say add this. I want to have like something like this. And then also click on these 3 dots and we'll say, please stretch this to full. I'll add this one and click on the plus here. And then I will add something like maybe a Google map in the middle. That would be nice. There you go, we got a map here. And on the left, I would like to have an icon. That's a star icon, that's good. And if I go to this, I can select the image from all of these icons available from Font Awesome, which is like really nice. Let's select this one. Okay, so the temperature. And also we can click here to change the alignments, but let's add more content to it. So let's go and maybe we want to add a little video here, like that. Okay, and that's video. Can click on this, pen button, and that will just give us which video that you want to put in. And I want to basically publish this page, and I want to just have a look at this one right here. I want to see the video appearing. I click on this play, and the video is actually playing. That's a video placeholder. As you can see, it's working. But because the size for that was like not right, so I'll just increase the size. And if I just go ahead and then click here, and then I'll just do a layout, which is boxed one. I'll go and change the margins as well. Let me just grab this area like that. Okay. And if I select this, let's close that one, structure. Maybe I'm doing something, I want to do something like structure. And right now I've selected this one, but I want to just select two of that. So that's not good. So I'll select this one and click on these three dots, get the structure. I'll just do reset. Maybe. And the problem is it's not actually giving me the option to actually get rid of this one. So I have just two of those. So I'll just make it like, equal size. And this one, I'll just grab this here like that. Okay. And that should just equalize things. And then I will just get rid of this one and select this one as well. I'm pretty sure I'm able to get rid of that as well, but we'll have to, explore more. Anyways, so now you can see how you can build your pages using Elementor, and there's a lot of other widgets which are free of cost available for you. So I would highly recommend check them out and let me know which ones are your favorite. For example, this site one is locked as well. No good. All right, so that's about it. And we already seen how we can link to this page. We're back to the dashboard, WordPress dashboard. I'm going to go click on this W to go back here. Now, obviously, sometimes you create a page and you think, oh, I don't need that. You can definitely delete those pages. So I'm going to delete some of the pages from here. For example, the one we just created, which looked really crappy. I'm going to just click on trash. And that's it. That page is gone. So let's go to dashboard again, pages, and you will notice our store is still here. Something I must have clicked somewhere else. Well, I'll select this one, and then all the way up, I'll just say bulk action. I'll say move to trash, and I'll just say apply. And one page move to trash. Okay, so that's good. Here is the trash. I can select all the pages, delete permanently, and apply to get rid of these pages permanently. We can see all pages, published pages, and drop pages. Drop pages like our privacy policy page. Okay, so now we understand how to create page, how to add links to it in the buttons. Next up, I would like to show you how you can create menus in WordPress. So if I go to Plugins and you go to menus, and this is the section that you can create new menus and you can manage their locations as well. And every page, every post, or even custom links can be created here, and categories for your blogs as well. So right now, if I look at this main menu, which we're using from Elementor, and click on select, you will notice we have a home, about, services, portfolio, and this is like the same menu here. Now let's just say I will move the blog to the end, and I will save this menu. And let's take a look at our website. I will refresh the page, and I will see blog is gone to the last. So you see here is you can modify the menu, and this is where we are specifying the location for that. Now we can add more pages to it. For example, we created a page like contact WordPress. I'll select this, add to menu, and that will be here. Click on this arrow button. I'll just say our custom button, and let's save that. And now we'll refresh the page, and we'll see we get the custom. But if I click on that, that will take us to this custom page. Let's go back. I want to get rid of this one, so let's just click on the arrow button and click on remove to get rid of it. And now let's save the menu. Now all of those menus are here. You can choose and modify them, but you can also create a new menu. So if I go to, for example, this button here, let's say create a new menu. I'll just say create new menu, and I'll just name my menu My Primary. Okay, let's click on Create Menu. Once you've created, then I can start adding things to it. So for example, I want to add contact. I want to, let me just go and make a social media menu. So I'll go to custom link and I'll just say https in YouTube, and I assume this is my YouTube channel. And I'll say YouTube. I'll say add to menu, and there we go. We have a custom link menu that we can create. I'm going to add one sample page to that as well. That's it. And we can just add Elementor pricing page there as well. And I would like to add my Twitter. So let's do https://twitter.com. I'll just say Twitter, click on add to menu. I'm going to save this one. All right. Now let's say that instead of this menu, you want to use the one you just created. So here's the location. So you got a location for main menu and error menu. So I'll click on this main menu and I'll save it. And you will notice if I refresh the page, this menu will be replaced by our the menu that we created. Click on this YouTube, that will take you to YouTube. Let's click on this Twitter, that will take you to Twitter. Okay, but let's go back and just uncheck this one, save this. Now this menu has been created but hasn't been assigned to any place. So we'll go to header menu Elementor, we'll click on select, and I will change the location for that to main menu. Select this, save, and that's it. So this area here, you can create menus assigned to a specific location, and sometimes locations are defined by the theme itself. So if the theme allows you to create a menu for a sidebar, you can do that as well. Let's talk about how you can upload a media to your website. Well, it's pretty straightforward. Here's a media menu. I'll click on that, and you can see the library. This is this media is currently basically uploaded to the website. I can click on bulk select to actually delete permanently these bits. Let's cancel them and delete them because this is already imported by the plain theme. Very simple way to add. Click on add new, select files, and now you can see maximum upload file size is 1000 megabytes, and we did change that. If you can look at the timestamp in the description of this video, you will see I've shown you how you can increase and decrease the size for that. Click on select files, and I'm going to try finding if I have actually downloaded an image. So for example, this image, and this image is basically uploading. I'm running this locally, that's why it was quite fast. I'll add some more images. For example, let's go to Unsplash actually. And let's just find some photos. I'll just use some wallpapers. And I'll use technology. Let's use this image. I'm going to download free. That's a very high-end image because the size that you get is like really large. This is like 5184-3713. That's not what I want. So I'll use like medium size for that. And also we will download this one as a medium size as well. It depends. It's not what you're not building like a photo of your website. That's why you gotta be careful the size that you upload. So now we downloaded some images. I'm going to select all of them. So let's select all of them and I click open, and we'll see all of them are basically uploaded. And one of them might take a long time because that would have been like, some megabytes that, there. I'm going to grab some more images. This one. Let's grab this one as well. And let's select this one. And as you can see, it is taking some time. Well, it depends on your internet connection if you're running the website on the cloud. Basically, that's it. Any media that you upload here will be available for you to use in the pages, in the posts. All you do is just insert media and you will see all the media from here. Now, this is basically taking some time, so we'll just do one more thing. We'll learn one more thing. So click on this image. I'll have to add alternate text. Let's just say gold image. A title is like this. We'll just say gold image for website. Now, the thing is, when I actually write a caption and description, the good thing about this is because I'm going to submit my website to Google as a search engine, and Google, when it reads of my website, it will read these titles, these caption and description, so that it can know more about the website. And then if somebody search about the website or related content, and it is basically able to show the content from your website. So for a search engine optimization perspective, adding alternate text and title and caption descriptions are very, very, very important. I'm not sure why it's taking long, but I'm going to refresh this page and see one of the images was just uploaded, which is like really high. The file size is pretty small, 168. So I'll just add more. Let's say this time maybe it will just work. So let's just add this and this and this. Let's open up. The first one was added, but maybe it's causing an issue when I select the multiple files. Yep, I believe so. No, it's not actually. This time it did upload that file. This one is like 1920 by 1280. That's good size as well. So you can also upload videos as well. I'm not gonna because I don't have any video right now, but you can upload videos and insert videos as well. So that's where you upload your media. We're gonna talk about post in WordPress. So if you take a look at, we have a post button in our sidebar in WordPress dashboard. So if we go to this, we have ability to create new posts, and all of the posts that you've already created will be listed here. Now, what is the difference between post and page? A page is basically a container for post. If you remember, if I go to pages, there is a page called news. That's the one, right? And now it marks as a post page. So this page basically, let me go and right click and view that. Now you can see this page has different attributes, like it's got this about this. Also, it got some widgets. We haven't talked about widgets, but we will after we understand the post. So here you see all the recent posts. You got a post here, you got a comment and a category for that, and it has a search feature as well. So if you want to search for, let's just say, WordPress in this website, you can search for it and it'll show you what there are 5 results found, which has something called WordPress in it. Okay, so it's like a full blog. When you visit a website which has a lot of articles, so they create posts, and to serve these posts we have a page which is a news page, right? So let's go back to our dashboard, and now this news page is marked as post page. I'm going to click on edit, and here you can see we can't really do much because this is built using Elementor. Let's verify that. So here we got news page. I'm going to click on edit, and I can click on edit with Elementor. It's going to open up the post page, and now it says we are sorry, but something went wrong. Click on learn more and follow the steps. So there's something wrong because Elementor will not be able to edit your post page because that's not really a page. It's like a container to serve your post. That's the area where you will make a blog in your website. So as we know, we can't do that. We're going to go back to all posts, and here is the first post that we saw when we created our WordPress server. I'm going to click on hello world. Once I click on that, you can see I have a title, a text, and then here I've got this Lana image gallery. It's like a plugin that we install. I'm not going to worry about that for now, but let's take a look at what we can do within this post. We've seen the page creation from WordPress, like the blocks that we could use. So similar things, we can use these blocks within our post as well. So I'm going to start writing a new post. So let's go back to the dashboard, and we can create a new post by clicking on Add New here. Or there's a button Add New when you click on all posts. You get the categories, tags. We talked about them, but we haven't talked about them. We will, but let's take a look at how we create a new post. Fairly simple. I'm going to just click on this Add New button. Once I click on that, this will open up a page where I can start typing. So I'll just say Learn WordPress in 2 hours. Alright, now here you can see you can start typing or choose a block. So I'll click on this plus button, and I would like to first of all have an image. And that image I will basically go and search for a WordPress image. So let's just do WordPress, and I'm going to go to image section, and I would like to copy, for example, maybe this image. Alright, I hope they won't do a copyright on this video, but let's just say I'm going to save image as, and I'm going to save that on desktop. So let's just say where we can find desktop. Alright, so I'm going to say WordPress, save, close this, and I'm going to click on upload. And from desktop, I'll just use this WordPress.png file, and that's, uploading now. Now, once you use this block, you can, add a link to it. So if people click on it, they will be taken to a specific website. But for now, let's not do that. Also, just to mention here, there's a open new tab. Basically, if you navigating from your website to another website, you gotta make sure that you open that in a new tab, because you don't want your visitor to completely, just go away from your website. So yeah, now we use this block, and I can use that image size as full image size, which basically makes sure that whatever the size that image has will be, used. You get medium size, you have a thumbnail, and then you have a full size, and that's what we're going to use, full size. And let's just do 100% as well. So this will cover the whole page. Okay, so next let's start by typing some text. So I'm going to say WordPress is a great CMS, content management system, which allows us to create websites very, very fast. It has lots of themes, plugins, and widgets. Alright, I'm going to leave that. Now we can make it bold if we want to. Let's select the text, make it bold. You can, use that change like a list or code or group or preformat. So these are like a text formatting that you can do with it, and you can also add a link. We've already seen that. Now that's fine. I'm going to press enter, and now it's going to give me this plus button because it might be expecting that we want to create a new block. So I'll just add the block, and now we can add something like column, choose the column, two-page column, and once I select this column, I can, get all the functionality that we talked about in the pages section of this course. So this is a block. Try to, try a few options, and you'll know what they do. So I can add, let's just say we are going to add something like worse. All right, so I'll just say gibberish. All right, that wasn't actually added there, so I'll just cut this, click inside, and I use the words inside the block. So there you go. Now it's fitting into the column. And then here we can use a media library to bring in the photo. Let me just use this one. Okay. Now you can, I'm not going to show you what to write a post because that's a separate thing. But you see, it's the same kind of thing that you use in the pages, and you can use Elementor to design the post as well if you want to. Now here I want to point out that we got some options here, okay, for the post. Now first we have a block and document, and in the document you can set the visibility public. Basically, if you click on publish, it will be available to public on your website. You want to publish a certain date, similar kind of options that we've already seen in Pages. You get a post format, which is standard, code, gallery, video, audio. That's just the standard one. And we have a sticky top of the blog. If you check this will basically be on the top of the list. We will do that. Now we got a permalink. This is going to be the permalink. If you want to share this post to anybody, you can paste this link directly to the social media platform or wherever you can share. Categories. Now we're going to talk about categories of the post in a bit, similarly with the tags as well. We've got a feature image that we can use, so I'll just use this, and I'll use the same image as a feature image as well. And I'm gonna use this is basically excerpts, which is optional. I'll talk about that in a second. We got a discussion option, so if you want this to, like an article, and you want people to contribute and give you suggestion, you can allow comments on this post, or disallow, uncheck this and people won't be able to comment on this post. Now we got this pick banks and trackbacks as well. If you want to allow them, if you're not, then just uncheck them. And we got a post attributes. Right now we got this default post, which basically means use the default WordPress page builder or post builder and just publish that. If you want to, edit it with the Elementor, you can select Elementor canvas or Elementor full width. It's up to you. So these are the options that we can see in a document. If you go to block, if you select a block, and you will see some advanced options for a block as well, like additional CSS classes, and you can write your own custom CSS as well. Okay, now let's go and save draft. We can preview this. Let me click on preview, and I can choose tablet, mobile, or desktop, which is by default. I'm going to just simply publish that. Click on publish, and that's it. I'm going to click on view post, and there you go. That's our post. This is our feature image, and then here it's basically like the top one that we have here. I'm going to go to main page of the website, and we can click on the blog, which will take us here, and now you will see this is like November 15, 2020. We just made a post here, which is uncategorized, and you can click on the read more button to read, go to this post. So click on that, then you will see the post will open, and here we have like a WordPress secret things, which allows us to create a website really, really fast. It's a lot of fun. So this syntax that we wrote, you got a widget, right? And then here we got the social media platform. So this basically allows your visitor to post this directly to their social media platform, and also people can comment on that. So if I say this is the worst post I've ever read, okay, let's just click on post, and now you will have something like leave a reply. So basically I've got this sorry, not this one. I don't want to talk about this, but here you see your comment is posted. It says this is the worst post I've edited. Because I'm logged in as a user or admin, I can edit or I can reply to this. But let's take a look at what we can do when you are not logged in with your account. So if I open up a new tab, new window in incognito mode, and I'll go to 192.168.1.3. I'm going to click on blog, and I will see that we get the post, and it tells me there's a one comment on this. Now because I'm in incognito mode and I'm not logged into the WordPress, click on that, and you see that you will be able to read the comment here. Okay, and if you want to read a reply or leave a comment, then you will have to type your name. So let's say test user email test at email.com, and then here's your post. Or not really. Well, this is your HTTP website if you want to define where you're coming from. So it says save my name, email, and the website in the browser for the next time I comment. Well, you can do that, or if you don't want to do that. So I'll just paste this like gibberish comment, and I'll just post the comment. Now you will see we got 2 comments now. Now I'll open up our you know Chrome browser where I'm logged in as an admin user. Now refresh this page, and I can see should be able to see 2 comments. Now I'm going to refresh. Actually, it hasn't appeared yet. Well, the reason for that is because people can go to your post and just type some bad stuff which you don't want your other visitors to visit. So to do that, if I go to dashboard, you will see this one and a comment. Click on that, and here you will see test user. It is not being approved because this guy did not log into your website. So I can trash it, spam it, approve it. So if I approve this one, now if I go to a website which is in incognito mode, I go out, go to blog, and I can click on this post, and you should be able to read that comment now. There you go. So because that was approved. Now, as you can see how the comments work. So while we talked about posts, we can talk about comments as well. Pretty simple. It's basically you can approve, disapprove, or you can do a default setting for all the comments. So if you go to settings, you go to discussion, and you can say comment must be manually approved, or comment author must have approved comment. So if I just uncheck that, so it says before comment appear, you want to make sure that the author of the post should approve this. So let's just say you're building a website where you have a lot of authors. They're going to come to your website and write a lot of articles. Then you can make sure that they have ability to approve or trash or spam the comments which are posted on their articles. So this is a great way to restrict spam in your WordPress website. Now, because I'm talking about comments here, I would highly recommend to go through and read these options, what they do, what you can do with them. For example, it says automatically close comments on the post older than 14 days. Well, basically it's going to close those, which we don't really want, because the comments usually go very long years. People come back to your post and say, hey, I just want to update my comment, or they want to just give updates about what they wrote on your article. So that's pretty much it for comments and its setting that you can read and see what they do. Speaking of comments, I want to point out a couple of security issues. So when you have a website online, you gotta be very careful about the security. There's a lot of bots that people write. They will go to your website and then just spam in the comment section. So one way to actually reduce that spam is to allow people which are signed up to your website, like subscribers. They should only be able to post a comment. That's one thing, but it's not really a solid solution. So what you do is you need to install some sort of a security plugin. So if we go to plugins, I'm going to click on add new. And here you see there's a plugin Jetpack VP Security. Well, this plugin will do a lot of things. It basically have anti-spam, malware scan, CDN, but most of the features that you get with Jetpack is pretty nice. And as you can see, it's got like 5+ million installs. Now, some of the features that you're going to find in this plugin are paid. So for that, there's another one, Akis Met Spam Protection. So you gotta make sure that you install this. I'm not gonna recommend any plugin in terms of security, but you have to research, you have to take responsibility and search about the plugin that you're using, and then make sure that it works to, you know, help you to protect your website. The comments are very commonplace where you will have a bot spamming on your website, so you gotta be very careful on that. Okay, so now let's get back to post. We're gonna go to all post, and here we just create this learn WordPress in 2 hours. Well, I think this video is over 2 hours, so I'll probably rename that. Few options that you notice here that you get to see when you hover over, like edit, quick edit, trash, or view. So I click on quick edit, and here I can do like 3 hours, and I can change that select to 3 hours as well. You can also change the date that was created and also the password for that. Now you'll notice that there are other options like categories, right? This one, it says audio, CSS, design, gallery, and movie. And then it has some tags as well. Let's start by talking about post categories. Now let's just say you have a website and it's a blog. You post a lot of articles. You post about Angular, you post about WordPress, you post about video editing, or you post about different things, right? How would you categorize them? How would you allow a user to actually search for a specific category? So let's just say if the user comes to your website and he wants to search for all the Angular posts that you've done on your website, they should be able to do that, right? Well, you don't want them to search. You want them to click on a category, and any post that you have created, and if it's related to Angular, you should be able to, you know, check that category. Let's go to this button here, categories. I'm going to click on that, and now I'm going to create a new category here. So I'll just say Angular, and slug would be Angular as well. And then parent category I can assign. So let's just say I have a very big website and I write about programming, gadgets, fashion, and a lot of people actually go and write on my website as well. Let's just assume that it's not the case, but let's just assume, right? So what I'll have to do is I'll have to create, first of all, a parent category like programming, and then the subcategory. What type of program? Is it JavaScript? Is that C++, or Java, or Python, or Ruby? Whatever the program is, then I will create a subcategory. And then when you go to Angular, which is a framework built with TypeScript, then you have a TypeScript as a parent category, and then the child category, which is Angular. But I'll show you what is the hierarchy that you will design. But in this case, because I'm just going to show you what the category means, then I can just simply say Angular is a slide, and no parent category. So I'll just say this category is for Angular tutorials. I'm gonna change the spelling like this. Okay, I'll just click on add new category, and you'll notice that we have a new category created, Angular. Here's a description, here's a slug, and it says count 0. So what I'll do is I'll click on add new here in the post section, and I'll say Angular 10 new stuff. Okay, I'll just start writing Angular. I don't know why I type capital N. So Angular is, I'll tell, is very easy to learn, and it's great option for developers who wants to get a job as Angular developer. Okay, so that's just a post. Now, how do we assign this post to Angular category? Well, if you look at this sidebar here on the right, you click on document, and then you click on category, and then you select Angular. And if you have a millions of categories, you can search as well. All right, so I'm just going to publish this, and I can see this has been published now, and the category was set to Angular. let's visit the website. So we'll go to plane, I will click on blog, and then I will come down here and I'll try to find the category. So we got a new post here. You can see it has a category as Angular, and here's a widget as well, because we're going to talk about widgets as well. So here you can see it lists out all the categories, and if you have like more than 100 categories which you can't fit in this page, you will see the more option here to see all the categories. Okay, so now what I want to do here is I would like to go and see all the posts from that category. But first, let's go and create another post, I believe. So we can just update this one, click on this plus, actually not this one, but we're gonna go to dashboard and then add new post. Here I will say Angular 9. Right, so let's say Angular 9, actually 9 came out last year with some nice new features. Okay, I'll just go and change the category to Angular. I'll click on publish. That's it, job done. Now you'll notice that if I refresh the page, we have the post Angular 9.1. Now let's just say here it says audio is one post, CSS one post, design, gallery, movie, music, text. All of these categories have one post. So I will click on Angular, which has 2 posts. So click on that, and now it says category Angular. It says category is for Angular tutorials, and you get to see only 2 posts here, okay, without any comments. Now, how we were able to see these categories? We were able to see these categories by widgets. Now, I'm going to point out how many widgets that we have. Widgets basically are for your blog page or news page that you can put widgets into. Obviously, you can use these widgets into any page. It's very okay to have widgets around your website, but particularly some of the common widgets that I'm going to talk about now are really useful when you're building a blog website. One of them is the categories. Okay, these ones. Now you also have a date picker. Then you have a recent post. You see, it's a widget which shows all the recent posts. So what was the recent post that we did was Angular 9, and then the second last recent one was Angular 10 and new start. Okay. Then you have a search widget. Search widget is basically access the database to see the keywords that we're typing there, and anything matches that, it will return all those posts. This is a widget. Recent post, it's a widget. And if we go in the footer, so let's go all the way down, you will see this is the widget as well. And we got social link, which is kind of widget as well. So let's talk about what are the widgets in WordPress. Let's go to dashboard. And we're going to go to appearance, and here we have a widgets. Let's click on that. And you'll notice pretty much all widgets that are available right now in your WordPress website, they will appear here. Now, widgets are not limited to only WordPress. Widgets can be added by a plugin. And you notice that the theme that we are using called Plain has its own widget. So if I enable another theme, let's probably try that. So I'm going to go here and I would like to activate this theme. Okay, now we're going to go back to widgets. I'll notice the widgets have changed. Here we have available widgets. Here we have areas for widgets. So you notice here. Now, because we have changed something, here we got inactive widgets. Okay, they might be being used in other theme. We go back to themes and we'll click on activate on Plain to activate that theme. We go back to widgets, and now you'll notice these are the widgets that we have. So on this side, these are available widgets, and here we got the area that we can apply widgets, so on. Right now we have a main sidebar, and we got this first footer, second footer, third footer, fourth footer, fifth footer. If I take you back to the site, let me just go to website in a new tab. Let's close the first one. Now you'll notice that in the blog page, we have a sidebar on the right. This is like the sidebar here. But we have also 5 footers in plain. So you can see if I go all over them. So this is 1 footer widget, second footer widget, third footer widget, fourth and fifth. Okay, so let's go back to dashboard, and here we'll see we can add another widget in the first footer. So we have like a plain text widget here. I can go and select the image, and I'm gonna say, hey, can you add first footer, add this widget, and we're going to say test image, and I'll click on add image, which will open up the media library, and I can select an image from here. So for example, we'll just select this one. I'm going to save. Let's go to our page and then refresh, and you'll see we have another widget that is an image with this text, and it's been added into first footer. So depending on the theme that you're using, it's available to you. So we have 5 footers right now. I'm gonna delete this one, and we'll just try different widgets. So here we got audio widget. So we'll click on this add widget, we got audio, and I can click on this, and here it says there is no audio file available in our media library. So I can click on select file, and I can just upload an audio file here that will be pasted. Pretty self-explanatory. There's no rocket science happening here. If you want to add some sort of navigation menu, let's click on that and add a navigation menu here. I'm going to say my nav. Alright, now because it's navigation menu, you have to select which navigation menu. We already seen how we can create a menu, so I'll just use this one, header menu. Let's save, and we go to the page. I'll refresh the page, and we'll notice we have a navigation menu right here. So I can go to home page by clicking here. I can go all the way down, and I can go back to blog by clicking on this my nav. Now these are global widgets which are going to be available in pretty much wherever the footer is. So we got 5 places that we can add widgets to on the footer of your website. Alright, so let's go to blog. I'm going to go back to dashboard, and I'm going to delete this one. Delete this audio one as well. Now these available widgets will grow depending on the plugin that you install. So when you install a plugin, they bring a lot of widgets that you can use from. So this is the place where you can add, remove widgets. I want to take you to Customise. And in Customise, we have a widget, and also will take you to blog page in the Customise. And here you'll notice we have a sidebar. In the blog page, there's a sidebar that we can customize. So now if I go to widgets, I have a main sidebar area, and all of these widgets are here. Now, given that this is provided by the theme that I'm using, different themes have different things, okay? For example, let's just say, let me find out if this theme allows me to change the sidebar location. So if I go to homepage setup, and here we have a news page. Actually, this one, the Elementor or the page builder will allow us to do that. Maybe let's find out. Let's go to the page, and let's go to the dashboard in a new tab, and let's go back, and I'm going to go to pages, all pages, and go to news page. Where is that? Here we got a blog page. I believe we are using this one, news, as a blog page. That's fine. And then I believe that's not the case. Continue. Let's go back. And I think this is the one. I was wrong. So here we got this one. Let's see. Nope, that's not a page that it should be using. Nope, that's not a page. Well, how do we find out? Well, we can find out in the Customize, and here it says news page. So why am I even looking for the page? It tells me directly here. So don't make these mistakes. Alright, so let's go back to the dashboard, and we're gonna go to, let's just say, news page, and here we have edit. Now you can see we got this no parent, okay, and there's not much information here that I could modify, right? I click on edit with Elementor, and you see we're getting an error. So it's some sort of like a problem with, I guess, with Elementor, I believe. But anyways, we go back to the dashboard, and because I can't really show you that now because probably the Elementor is got some issues. So well, anyways, if you have your Elementor implemented in your news page or blog page, you better go to edit with Elementor, and not better, but you have to go to Elementor to edit that page. Alright, unfortunately I can't show you that, but there should be an option to change the sidebar. Alright, let's go back, and we're gonna stick to widgets. So widgets, we got main widgets. So here you can see we have this find us widget. This is the one, right? And this is basically, I don't know, this is created by Plain Theme by default. So I'm just going to remove that one. I would like to have this search on the top. As you can see, it's updating right real time. And about this side, I want to take all the way down. And then I don't want this calendar. Let's get rid of that. Recent posts, yes, we can change the number to, let's just say, I don't know. Let's just say it's fine. And I'm going to click on add a widget. Here's a list of widgets that we can add. Here I'm going to add something like what can be, okay, not much provided by Plain Theme, I must say. So what I'll do is I will just say recent post is already there. Actually, where are the recent pages? Well, we can just say nah, not all the pages, because there's going to be a lot of pages. So if I go all the way down, so you see all the pages are here, and it's just not right. I don't want to do that. You can do modification here, but that's not really a good widget to use. Unfortunately, I don't have much widgets, but what I can do here is just add recent comment. As it is, just 5 comments, okay? If I go up there, here we got this recent post, categories, about the site, and recent comments. So this is what I pasted. So test user on learn WordPress in 2 hours, and admin on learn WordPress in 2 hours. So this is 2 comments that I can see recently were posted. So the goal was to show you where the places that you can modify and add widgets. You can do that in Customize if your team allows that. Otherwise, you can go to your Customize area. Let's just not Customize, but widgets. You can change this, you can add this widgets, like for example footer, right? Click drag and drop, and you can paste that as well. So drag and drop works as well. Now this is where we stop talking about widgets. We're going to wrap up this video. It's already very long, 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm recording this the next day, so you won't see that it's a daytime now. So yeah, now we talked about widgets, we talked about posts, pages, comments. I've shown you the media gallery that you can install your media, videos, images, and you also have seen how we use the theme and customize. So we talked about widgets, a menu. Also, I would like to show you a couple of things before we wrap this video. These things are a bit advanced. And yeah, I will talk about what is next that you need to watch to be able to, get your site uploaded to the cloud where people could visit it. So we'll talk about all those things in a second. But now let's go to theme editor. Theme editor is a place, if you know a bit of coding. I am a developer myself, so I know coding. And if you know coding in PHP and JavaScript, HTML and CSS, you can actually go and customize the theme as well. So this will give you access to underlying code which makes your theme. For example, if you look at this bit here, okay, here is our theme files. I can access any file. For example, if I go to something like theme footer, and the file is footer.php. Now this is the file, and you can see there's an HTML that I can change, and I don't have to use like, Customizer to do all this. Well, I have to if I don't know coding, but you get a lot of power that you can use within this theme editor. And it gives you a lot of power, but you need to know coding about this. So here you can see you got every single theme file that you can access, and you can customize that the way you want it. So you're not limited to using the WordPress default theme. So even if you use that, you can use this theme editor to, create your own pages, style them the way you want it. Or you can customize like different parts of the WordPress, like footer. You have your header, you got a main index template, you got search results, and yeah, just to wrap up, this is your theme editor. If you need to access your code, then this is where you do it. All right, and you can choose which theme that you want to access to. So you see, we were looking at the plain theme right now, but if I click here, I can access 2020 themes. So it will give you access to all the themes that you have installed. That's one thing that I want to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about users. So right now I can see there's only admin user to my site. You can also add users to your site. For example, I would like to say QA is a username, QA@test.com. I'll just say QA as a last name, website QA.com. All right, and then show the password, and I can just say QA tester. All right, and I can say it's basically saying, hey, it's a very weak password, but I can check mark this one saying confirm use of weak password. This is just to show you guys, so I'm just gonna do that. And now you can assign roles to your user that you're adding. So a subscriber is basically who can visit, comment, and see your website. A contributor, it got more access. Author can write blogs. Editor can edit your site. Administrator got full power. Now, if you need to know what these roles do, so you click on this, and we will open that in a new tab. And here you have all the information that you need to know about the role. So click on this role, and WordPress tells you roles and capabilities. So for example, we got super admin, somebody with access to the site, network administrator features, and all the features. Administrator, which you can add, it's like somebody who has access to all administrative features within a single site. So I'm a super admin. Whoever creates a WordPress server, that becomes a super admin by default. Editor is somebody who can publish and manage posts, including the posts of other users. Author, somebody who can publish and manage their posts only. So let's just say that 5 people want to work on a website and write about things on the website. You will give them author access. So you don't want them to touch other people's posts. So that's what the role does. Contributor is somebody who can write and manage their own posts but cannot publish them. So people can write. So what you want to do is you want somebody to work on the website and write some articles about it. So you say, hey, I'm going to give you a contributor role, which means you can write and you can not publish, because I want to review before you publish. So what they will do is they will write the article, and once they finish with that, you will go and publish their post. Subscriber, somebody who can manage their profile. That's all. They can write comments, they can read on the website, and also they can do some features like they want to have like a favorite post into their account, so they can do those sort of things. All right, so here we talked about roles, And I would like to give this as, let's just say, editor, add user. Now this user will be able to log in now. Let me actually go and edit it, and I will go and change this to just contributor. Okay, and I'm gonna update user. Now what I'll do is, I wanna see what's the password. So QA tester, right? I don't forget it. So now I'm gonna go here, log out, and I'm gonna say QA tester, and I think that was the password that I set up. So QA tester, and I'm gonna log in. Hopefully I logged in, and now as you can see, I logged in as this user, and I don't have a lot of options now. I did before. I could see appearance, which allows me to update themes, menu, widgets, but I don't see them here. What is my role? So if I take a look at the role that I've been assigned, it should be somewhere here. So you logged in this section. I'm not sure if I can see my role, but anyways, we go to post. Now these are the post, and I can see who's the author for that. So if I view the post, and that's all I can do. I cannot delete, modify, or do anything about this post. So I can add new post. I'll just say next, 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 and I'll say post by QA, and I can say I want to test whether I can publish the post or not. Alright, now I'm going to save the draft and click on publish. Alright, and now you can see when I click on it, publish, it gives me this button here. It says submit for review. So you say, are you ready to submit for review? I'll just say, yep, submitted, and that's it. But I won't be able to see this post on the website because I'm not really, I don't have access to publish, right? Remember we talked about the roles. Now what I need to do is to make this pending as published. I'll have to log in with a user who has access to do that. So I'll log out, and I'll log in with admin account, log in, and now I'll go to post, and I can filter out these by clicking on this pending. Click on pending, and it says QA is currently editing. Well, I don't want to, I don't know why it's saying editing, but it shouldn't be editing because, you know, I just submitted it. So I will go and click on this, and I'll say, yep, take over, and I'll just publish it and click on publish. So there you go. This post is live now. So I've given you a demo. How do you use users to actually allow people with different roles? Okay. Now we have some tools available for us as well, like site health. Okay. Here you can see results are still loading, so wait for it. Here you can see some security and some information about your website. So site health, setup checks shows critical information about your WordPress site for any improvement that could be made. So basically WordPress itself is, you know, looking at the themes you install, the plugins you install, and make sure that they're not really spamming on your data or doing something nasty. So this is really good. Troubleshoots and true. So there's a lot of things that you can visit. These are more advanced topics. I will cover them in the future videos. Last topic that I want to talk about is exporting your full website and importing it back where you want it. So for example, as you can see that we are building our website locally. This is a Raspberry Pi computer that I used Docker to set up my WordPress. And you can do that similarly with your local machine as well. So here, instead of this, you will have like a local host called 8000. Okay. Now, when you're building your website, you want to reload faster. So to do that, you have to build locally. So you don't have to wait for page to load every time you are doing something. For example, you are buying a WordPress setup account from GoDaddy. For example, I'll actually take you there. So you go to GoDaddy.com, and I want to say, do not buy hosting from GoDaddy. They're like the worst. I've tried them. They're like the worst. So what usually the website do is they'll just have a WordPress section, and they will tell you like, hey, WordPress hosting. You click on that and you just go get started, and they will give you like, a basic way to get started. It'll install the WordPress, set it up, and everything's ready. And they'll give you credentials to, log into your WordPress dashboard. Apart from, going to any WordPress hosting site, there's like a billion sites out there which does that. GoDaddy is the most famous one, but they're the most crappy one. Don't get them. Don't pay them. They're like really bad. Now, what you need to do is, because you've been developing locally and you want to get that website the way it is locally, you want to post that to the cloud hosting so people can start visiting. I will show you a plugin, which is this one, that you can install. So say all-in-one VP migration. If we go to dashboard, and I'm gonna go to plugin section, and here I'll click on add new, and then I will search for migration, and you'll see all-in-one VP migration comes number one, and it's got like 3 million plus active install, so it has to be good, right? 3 million plus people are using it. So you gotta do just install this plugin. Actually, let me just walk you through that. Once installed, you should have an option here for migration. So I'll just click on activate. All right, once activated, there you go. We got a button here, all-in-one migration. I'm gonna click on that, and it says, yep, export to, let's just say, a file, and then you can import it back. Or you can use like a cloud services like Dropbox or Google Drive or Amazon S3. So I would not go with any cloud provider. I will just stick to a file, and it says checking extension compatibility. Once all good, then it says archive 2224 file and 311 media files. So it will take time depending on the computer, and it will take time when you have that. Okay, so we got 85 megabytes already done, which I can actually download. So here we have that, pretty much the file. Let me just do non-full screen so I can bring this here. So that's the file uncompressed. So it's still downloading, that's why it's saying that. Otherwise, once this is downloaded, then this is the file that we have here. Okay, some sort of like .vppress. Same file that you'll go to your site in a cloud, install this plugin, and then here you will do import. And you will just go import from file, and you'll select that file, and boom, your website will be uploaded exactly it was running locally. So it's very, very, very easy to do. Okay, I know it's free up to 1000 megabytes. So make sure that you will design your website locally, but do not post a lot of data locally. The reason for that is because of this maximum upload size. So if you download 1000 high-res images for your website, basically you will have to pay to get the unlimited upload size. So you don't want to do that. Right now we don't have much data. We actually do, but we don't have much video data. So what you need to do is you will need to actually import the website in a cloud and then upload directly to the site there, which will basically avoid making you pay for this plugin. It's a great plugin. All right, so that's about it for import and exporting. All right, so we covered a lot of things in this course or one video, and I'm pretty sure after watching this video you are pretty comfortable with using WordPress. It's not hard. The more you use it, the more experience you'll get. The target for this video was to get you up and running in about 2.5 hours. So I think this video is about 2 hours 45 minutes. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this video, and it took a lot of my time. So if you think you learned something from it, make sure you subscribe and then like this video and share it with your friends who wants to learn WordPress. All right, so we want to wrap up this by looking at our website. So this is what we built using plain theme, right? I'm pretty sure you enjoyed this whole course, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and I will be back with a new course on this channel. Cheers, bye.